the doors have opened back up and it's been flooding with foreign travelers from all over the world, been waiting for 2 years to come to Japan to enjoy its cultures, to enjoy its sights. But hey, maybe it's a little bit too much. So in recent news, I saw that one of Japan's UNESCO World Heritage Sites, Mount Fuji, is being almost threatened, kind of on the edge of having that title of World Heritage taken away.
Like a question that I have, because if it's a World Heritage Site, right? People want to go see it. So you would think that it's just a World Heritage Site. Like you don't lose it because more people want to see it. Well, you shouldn't, technically, in my point of view. Like, what's the point of calling it a World Heritage Site if no one's gonna see it? It's like having like
exactly
a random, just saying this random forest in the middle of nowhere is a World Heritage Site because no one wants to see it. Like, it doesn't make sense to take it away after it's been given.
Okay. So to answer
why?
that question,
please answer my question. Yeah.
Why is because there is over-tourism happening. The beautiful sights of Mount Fuji are deteriorating because tourism is at a peak. So a lot of people are going there, and not only going there, but guess what? They're bringing a lot of trash with them, and sometimes garbage overflows in those areas, especially on this mountain because it's not so close to, normal areas of like towns and cities where they have a garbage dump, people where they can get rid of the garbage easily. And then, you know what? When you got a lot of people, what do people like to do?
Buy stuff, take pictures, use the washroom.
Use the washroom. Okay, so when you use the washroom, that is something that not just people like to do, but we need to do.
Yeah.
And again, within the location of Mount Fuji, it's not a place that maybe has the greatest plumbing.
Mm-hmm.
So there's been a serious problem and issue with the toilets and using the restroom on Mount Fuji with all of the people that are going there. So these different things accumulating, gathering together is what's making this risk, be more apparent for UNESCO to say, hey, maybe you guys don't deserve this because it's a part of like the deal, I guess, that was made to take care of the site. If you're going to be part of World Heritage, there is a certain qualification that you need to or standard that you need to keep in order to keep the status of World Heritage.
Okay. When it's put like that, I kind of understand. But still, like, I mean, it's no fault of Japan and no fault of the people who are taking care of Mount Fuji that people want to see it because it is such an icon. Like, maybe they should just stop advertising it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's I feel it is another thing about adding this UNESCO World Heritage title to it is that now it's put more into the spotlight.
That's
so it's
true.
like, of course, more people are going to go see it.
Yeah,
because of this added title. But at the same time, like you mentioned, right? Even if it's not there, it was only 2013 that the title was added. Before that, there are plenty of people around the world that was coming to Tokyo or was coming to Japan. And one of their main goals was to climb Mount Fuji. It is, yes, the tallest mountain in Japan, but for the average hiker, it's a baby. Are not hikers or climbers can go up. I went up and I survived. It was a little shaky, but I survived. I made it.
Yeah.
And
I never went up. Do I regret not going up? Not really, but I think it's on the bucket list of a lot of people who come to Japan. Like, I want to eat sushi. I want to watch anime, see a sumo wrestling match. But yeah, it's definitely on people's lists of things to do in Japan. And I think it's in a lot of tourism books about what to do in Japan, places to see in Japan. So that's definitely, it's with or without the UNESCO title, I think it's still going to be a popular destination.
Massively
and it was.
Yeah.
So, for people even within Japan.
Yes.
So the only thing they should do or they should try to do is like limit the amount of people that can go per day. do like reservations or something.
But
for that.
Yes, exactly.
You know?
So there's a few different solutions that they've been thrown around as ideas. One of them is like, a reservation system, which would be crazy. You know, think about like the sushi places in Ginza. It's like where they're like, you know, no kaketsumachi. It's like,
right.
And you can't do that because Fuji is only open up in the summer season.
In the summertime,
There's only like 2 months or something that you're officially able to go up. And other people were saying, put a tax on anyone who wants to climb up. So right now, if you've ever looked onto the price of climbing up Mount Fuji, I think even without a tour guide, like just to pay for the spot to like a place to sleep and stay like midway or like towards like the more than the halfway point where you're towards the top, and all the gear and stuff, tickets to get there, it's almost like Nima, like almost like $200.
Oh wow, okay. I thought it was like cheap. That was like free.
I think that's what most people think. So when they're like, oh well, let's go to Fuji, but then there's like, oh wow, there's a lot of things that you have to do before. It's not just, you know, walking to Yoyogi Koen. So, but still people go. It's like, we could put a tax on it, which would give more funds to the staff of Fuji to keep it up better. But at the same time, that might not deter or stop everyone from going. People might just be like, all right, whatever. Here's the extra money. But then they're gonna have all this money. They're gonna be like, wait, we still don't have.
What do we do now?
The resources or just the system to figure out to handle all these people. And some were saying like they might have to revert to a ropeway, like a cart. What are they called? That's Japanese. Ropeway. What is it called? A gondola. It might revert to a gondola. Instead of people climbing up, you're just going to be sitting up, which is pretty crazy because it's really high. Like we could be on there like, we're on this gondola for 2 hours. 2
hours. But even still, I mean, like climbing Tokyo Tower is a thing, right? Climbing Skytree maybe. I don't know. I've never done that. But I mean, I bet there's like
going up,
things where you can walk up the stairs, go up the stairs of Skytree.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Like people want to climb and people want to take the elevator. So if you have the gondola, I'm imagining that it's just going to make more people want to go because it's easier.
It's
like the hurdles less there.
But then it also takes away the point of like having to figure out like where there's going to be garbages or where there's bathrooms on whatever point.
That's true.
Guessing, but again, like that whole thing that would take years and years. We're talking, we don't even know if the world's going to be around in 10 years.
Just make a slide. Make a slide at the top of Mount Fuji. You can just slide everything down.
You know that toy when you were a little kid, the penguin that would go up the mountain and then it slides down? We need one of those for people for Mount Fuji.
Exactly. Problem solved, everyone. Problem solved.
So, I mean, that is one of the major things that have been brought into the public eye for over-tourism in Japan, like that this Mount Fuji problem. But of course, you know, it's dying down now as the season is coming to an end. But other places that I've heard plenty of people complain about is Kyoto. And this is one like I've experienced myself. I'm not sure if it was at the peak of tourism when I went there, but the times that I've been to Kyoto, especially like near Kiyomizu-dera, it's like, I didn't want to be around there because it was like, I can't, like, it's like there's a famous person on every corner. The crowds were crazy. And what is this, Tokyo Marathon? Am I in the line for a new like crepe cafe that's opening up in Harajuku? Right. I didn't know. There was so many people. Everyone's trying to take pictures. Everyone's like walking very slowly to try to take in this sights. But at the same time, it's like something so beautiful. And now I understand like how UNESCO has this standard.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yes, it's beautiful, but when there's so many people there, you lose that beauty.
Maybe not. I think you lose for me, it's like you lose the special thing about it. Like the thing that you feel like, I experienced this for the first time by myself. You know what I mean? Like I discovered this cool little thing about this place in Japan.
Yeah.
But it's not like that. It's kind of like, for me, it was the reason why I didn't want to go to Tokyo first was because everybody goes to Tokyo first. Everyone spends their time in Tokyo. I felt like there's nothing to discover. So like when there's a lot of tourism, when there's a lot of tourists in the area, you feel like you're not discovering anything. You're just kind of following the path that everybody else is following sometimes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's one thing for me where tourism is kind of, it has a negative side. It feels like everybody is giving you all the information because they're all doing the same thing or telling everybody about what they did, which is good and bad.
What do you all think, everyone? Good or bad? Let us know in the comments down below. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to improve your English listening skills by hanging out with me and Adam and hearing us chat it up about interesting topics.
So that's it. We'll see you on the next step.